If poverty means no income, what is the solution? The solution is a job. And what do you mean by a job? It is that job that will enable you to produce something that you can either exchange or you have an excess of what you need and be able to sell it to earn something out of it. So to be able to solve the problems of poverty in our country, we need jobs. But where are the jobs? The jobs will come from the following areas. One, the people who are already producing should produce a little more. Should produce a little more. And two, they should have the productivity of what they are producing to rise. What do you mean by productivity? If you are using 1 kilo of maize to produce 5, there may be a standard that you can actually get 10 out of 5. Or 1 out of 10, so 10 out of 1, rather than 5 out of 1. That is productivity. So the person who is producing maize in the villages should be able to produce more, but should also be able to harvest more out of what he or she is producing. That person will start generating an income. But there's a problem. The numbers out there in the villages are so many that they cannot all produce on the same available land. So these people must migrate from agriculture into something else. So it is possible, if you go by international statistics, in the developed countries, the number of people in agriculture ranges between 3 to about 10%. 10% is too much. You go to a small country like Netherlands, a population of 18 million people, their productivity is so high. And these are the issues we must deal with. They produce tomatoes which grow up. They don't need land. They produce tomatoes which grow up. Lumber. You know, when I see you, I think you are the one going to produce these tomatoes. Because you have the education. So we must be able to move people from agriculture, because all of them will not be able to, they have nothing to do there. But how do they move out of agriculture? They move out of agriculture by A, increasing the production of what we are producing, B, trying to start value addition on what we are producing. When you start value addition, you create new jobs. You create new jobs through value addition. And that is now establishing factories in a country, so that labor can move away from agriculture to industry, and hence the need for industrialization. The need for industrialization. So if you are producing a lot of agricultural products, which you don't consume, they have to be improved through value addition by establishing factories. Those factories will produce jobs. Jobs will produce incomes for those people who have moved out of agriculture. But that is a process. It is not something that's going to happen in the next 2-3 years. You need a sustained increase in that production for a minimum period of 8 years to be able to make a breakthrough at an 8% per year of your GDP growth rate. In the meantime, who is consuming the products that are coming out of your factories which are value added? Are they peasants? No. You need to address the question of education. To be able to move people away from agriculture, you must educate them so that they move away from the organized or disorganized agricultural production in the countryside to be able to create a gap, the jobs that are going to come up in manufacturing, value addition. So a primary 5 dropout, a P6, a senior 1, a senior 2 dropout does not have demand for Nescafe. I'm sure some of us were here, we don't have it. Some of us who are here may wish, you know, in economics there are 2 things: want and need. I'm sure you all want to have meat every day, but you don't have effective demand. You don't have the money to buy. So there is need for a transformation of the people themselves through education. That transformation can only be funded by the increasing production in agriculture and the increasing productivity from agriculture. That income that is emerging from that activity is what is going to fund education. Because if I have the money, I can take my child to school. That's what it means. There is no, government cannot fund that education because government relies on taxes. With a low economic activity like we have in this country, you cannot have a high level of taxes. So you continue to borrow. Rich people don't borrow money. It's only the poor who borrow. Lambert, why are you laughing? You know, you sat here and very close to me, so all the excuses will go to you. So poor countries, if you Google right now, who borrowed money at the commencement of COVID-19, you will see 57 countries and all of them are poor countries. You have a phone in front of you, just do that. Maybe they became more than that. But the whole list is poor countries. Now, another very important factor in this is the fact that as you increase your production, in your agricultural products, there must be somebody who is going to buy besides your local population. One of the assumptions that as your productivity increases, your local population cannot consume everything that you're producing. Take a case of tea. We can't consume all the tea we produce. We can't consume all the coffee that we produce. We can't consume all the fish that we produce. We must have somebody to be able to buy it. So, for Uganda to get out of poverty, while you increase your production, you must be in a position to find a market. Uganda's maize has been going to Kenya. Uganda has capacity to feed the region with maize and beans and all this. But I'll be talking about the bottlenecks a bit later. So you need to deliberately increase your production levels, tackle the productivity levels through science, and also start handling the issue of education. And as I said, this is not something that you're going to do to improve your own lives. It's a long-term process, a minimum of 8 years of transformation at not less than 10% growth rate of GDP per year. Uganda has been growing, I think the maximum we did was 1995, 7.5%. After that, below that. What does that mean? We cannot transform as a country. So, who is behind all this activity?